It's cute. Ponytail is ponytail and no cut. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Cold Brew Hot Takes. I am your host, Sam, encouraging you to have an even better day today than you did the day before. So I'm going to be honest. Last week, I didn't record any podcast episodes. I was burnt out. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't burnt out, but I had zero motivation. Absolutely none. To be fair, I was on my period. And I just had no motivation to do pretty much anything. It can get like this, okay? It can get like this for me. Once fun. Being a woman is super fun. And I still wouldn't change. I still wouldn't become a man even if I was given the opportunity. But I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about, some ways that I try to get motivated even when I'm not feeling great. You couldn't tell me shit last week to get me to record a podcast episode. I was not feeling it. I have a very, very rigorous podcast release calendar that I go off of. And I do give myself a little bit of room to take days off, but it's hard to, if I'm being honest. Launching a podcast, producing a podcast, editing a podcast, coming up with the content for the podcast, doing everything on your own can be really hard. And it's a lot. When I'm also trying to run a business, it can be difficult and it can be a lot to do it all on your own. So when you have no motivation to do anything, it's tough. But let's talk about some things that help me when I'm feeling down and I'm not really feeling like I want to actually do anything. Grab your cold brew, grab your hot coffee, whatever beverage it is that you have, and let's get going for the day. Welcome, guys, to Cold Brew Hot Takes. I am your host, Sam. I want to start off by just saying, man, PMSing sucks. Most of my audience is female. I do have some men that listen. Hey, men, I'm not going to focus too much on this. It's just going to be like a 1-minute thing, and then I promise it's over. PMSing is really, really fucking shitty. If you have somebody in your life who menstruates, give them some grace and know that it's not all of our fault. I swear it's not. Last week was really hard for me. I didn't want to do anything. I have a mountain of laundry. I don't think I swept my floors for 5 or 6 days straight. I could hardly cook. I could hardly eat. I was just not feeling it. I felt burned out, unmotivated. And, it was all Mother Nature in my strawberry week. But man, I still had shit to do. And that's hard when you don't feel like doing anything. But you got to do it anyway. One thing I also noticed when I am in that part of my cycle, I get depressed. Last week, it was hard to get out of bed. It was hard to find the motivation to eat. It was hard to do any kind of work. It was hard to feel good about myself. It's wild when you feel like this because if you know me, you know I'm a pretty confident person. You know that I am somebody who I try not to let anything bring me down. I do a pretty good job at that, but there are times where shit really affects me. And last week was just one of those times where things were just really, really hard for me. So if you get like that, I feel you, whether you're having a special time of the month or it's just coming and going in these waves of lack of motivation or feeling depressed or whatever it is, I feel you. We can talk a lot about mental health and, depression and that type of thing. I don't want to really go there today, but I do want to tell you, one, it's normal to feel like that. We all get like that, and give yourself a little bit of grace when you do, because it can be really hard to get yourself out of that rut. But let yourself take a break, listen to your body. I don't know about you, but towards the end of this rut that I was feeling, I did have that sense of like, okay, I'm ready to start not feeling like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this. This isn't normal for me. So that's good. And now I'm feeling a lot better. And it was exactly what I thought it was. But if you aren't feeling like you can get out of that, I ask you to definitely go get help and talk to somebody, because there's a better life waiting for you if you're feeling like that all the time. But I digress. I want to talk about what I do when I am not feeling like that, or things that you can do that might help you get out of that rut and create more of a routine. So that way, you're not going to feel like that. The first thing that I noticed is if I am not getting up in the morning and doing some type of form of exercise, I feel really, really poorly motivated the rest of the day. In the summertime, I love waking up early and taking my dog for a walk. It's just my time with him. It's cool outside. A lot of the time we're up to see the sunrise. And it's really just that moment of like peace and quiet for the both of us, where we can just take a long walk. I can listen to a podcast. I can listen to the music that I want. I can get some fresh air and just enjoy myself. It is so, so nice. When I get in a rut, I notice like I don't want to wake up early in the morning. I'd rather just sleep. But then I feel kind of like a drab the rest of the day. And I just feel so crappy when I'm like that all day long. And I feel like I can't like be motivated for anything. So tip number 1, get up and exercise. Do something first thing in the morning. Even if you just go outside with a yoga mat and stretch and listen to some like calming music or something, that is, I think, a really, really key thing. Now, if it's raining, if it is cold outside, you don't have the ability to go and do that type of stuff, I still encourage you to like move your body and do something, because movement, I think, will make a huge impact on your day. If you know Elle Woods, she'll tell you exercise gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, and having people just don't kill their husbands. Endorphins truly will make your day great, improve your mood for the day, and it just kind of starts you off on a right foot. I definitely recommend get out there and exercise, move your body, do a little bit, because it is going to help you in the long run for the rest of the day. I really do notice if I don't get up and do something in the morning, the rest of the day feels like a struggle. Number 2 is I don't meal prep, but I do plan my meals. Breakfast and lunch, not so much, because things just get a little crazy around here and I do work from home. But dinner especially is huge. A lot of people don't do this, and I know that when I don't, it is very, very difficult for me to have any kind of motivation of what I'm going to make myself for dinner. And guess what we normally do? We'll order out. And when we do take out, it costs so much money and it's not good for you. Even if you are paying for, tropical smoothie or a more healthy option, it's still so expensive. And I find it hard to believe that you can get anything from a restaurant that is healthier than what you can make at home. But anyway, what I do is every week before I go grocery shopping, I decide what we are going to have for dinner for the next 2 weeks. So for this week, we have like a chicken summer salad. We have steak burrito bowls, just like grilled chicken and vegetables. One night we're going to do gyros, and another night we're going to do cheesesteaks and fries. No, they're not all the healthiest options, but hey, I'm a working mom. I can only do so much. But it makes me feel more motivated when I can, 1, wake up in the morning and go do my routine and do my walk, come home, do the things I need to do, and look and say, oh, tonight is chicken summer salad. I need to go take out some chicken, and I take it out and it's done. Then I have this chicken sitting out. Well, I'm going to have to cook it. I can't refreeze it. So cook it, make dinner. Hugely motivating. And it keeps me accountable to have to do the things we have to do. You have to eat. I have to feed my family. So that's another thing I do. I decide in advance what I'm going to have for dinner for the rest of the week. And the only time I waver from that is if we have a special occasion or something kind of like pops up that it just lends itself to say, okay, we should go out to dinner tonight, or whatever that might look like. We're flexible. I don't hold myself to every single thing every single week, but it helps me to say, well, this was the plan all along. Planning things out really does help to motivate me and keep me right throughout the week. The third thing is, and I am not a sponsor of this or anything like that, but I have an app. It's called Finch. It is so cute. You might have seen ads for it on your Instagram or something like that. It is a really, really helpful free app that I use to have checklists. As you check things off your list, you take care of this little bird. You can buy things for its house and stuff. And you don't actually have to buy anything. You get stones for checking things off of your to-do list and doing these certain things. And you just build this cute little life for your bird. And it's motivating. It's adorable. I use it. My husband uses it. Even my daughter uses it. But it tells me every day, take your Lexapro and sweep, vacuum, and mop the floor. wash your makeup brushes, brush your dog's teeth, clean the bathroom, like stuff like that to help me stick to it. And if I am like, hey, listen, I don't feel good today, I can snooze it to the following day or, whatever. And that's all right. It just helps me like check in. But I love this app because it writes my to-do list for me for things that I have to do around the house. I can add things to it every day. Like if today I needed to do something for a client of mine, I can add it to my to-do list. That's awesome. And I love the ability to add things every day. But making a to-do list is super helpful. When it's digital like that, it's super helpful for me, although I love putting pen to paper and writing things down too. But this is another way to compartmentalize everything. So write a to-do list. Put things in there that you know you want to accomplish or you need to accomplish. Try to hold yourself accountable the best that you can. I know that can be really difficult sometimes, but the Finch app really works for me. It has helped me a lot. I've used it for probably about 3 months now. Go and check it out. Again, this is not sponsored or, paid or anything like that. Just a genuine review from somebody who loves the app. And then one other thing I do is I really try to carve out time to do the things that I enjoy. I feel like if I am not carving those moments away for myself to say, hey, go watch TV for an hour or take a break and take a nap or something like that, then sometimes it's really difficult for me to put a lot out there and try to accomplish everything. And if you work like a 9 to 5 or you are like, well, I don't have the luxury to like take a break like that in the middle of the day, trust me, I get it. I work 9 to 5 for a very, very long time. There are days where I am at my computer, at my laptop, working on client things, working on things for my business, doing all the things from the moment I start sipping my coffee to the moment I need to start cooking dinner. It's when it is. New dogs in the neighborhood. Hi. But if you find that you are in a position like that where you're like, well, how do I cross off this giant to-do list when I'm working a 9 to 5 or it's the weekend? It's the only time that I have for myself that I'm going to get at all for 6 days. I get it. It's very, very hard. But again, try to carve out those times for breaks. When I work like a 9 to 5 or like a full-time position, I carve out time on my calendar for a break, like a 30-minute break, even like a 15-minute break. If you work from home, take a 15 or 20-minute break to just go sit outside, water your flowers, take your dog for a walk. If you don't have anything like that, then just go outside, just get some fresh air and just take a couple of deep breaths. Take a break to do something for yourself. If you are in an office all the time, I know that can be difficult. Just take a walk around the building, or if you can get outside, get some fresh air, do that. Again, fresh air, such a good thing. You should be getting fresh air and seeing the sunlight a little bit. If you still find that you can't do that, you're like, nope, I have to eat lunch at my little break room and then go back to my little desk or something like that. Find something that you can enjoy doing. Do you have 30 minutes where you can listen to a podcast or do something that makes you just like feel a little bit more joy? Don't do the doom scrolling. Don't do the things like that. That can really burn you out and give you seriously no positivity at all. But find something where you can feel good about taking like a 30-minute reset. Go outside, take a walk, listen to a podcast that you really like, maybe this one. Find something that can give you just a little boost of happiness to help take a little break and get your mind to do something different. And when you do that, don't let somebody book over it. Don't say, oh yeah, I can move this and accommodate this meeting. Try not to do that. I know that sometimes it's really easy to push away our free time. That way we can accommodate things that are quote unquote more important or more urgent, but do your best to not do that. You need to be able to reset yourself so that way you can continue to be productive. You can feel like you're still doing a quality job and prioritizing you. And prioritizing you for a little bit helps you fill your own cup up so that way you can continue to pour it into other things. And then here's one more thing that I'm going to talk about that is probably one of the most important things. When you are feeling burned out, when you are feeling lack of motivation, and it starts to fester on you and you're feeling like, man, I just need to get out of this funk, or I don't know how to get out of it, or I've been feeling like this and it just sucks. I please tell you, go and talk to somebody about how you are feeling. And it doesn't have to be go to therapy. It doesn't have to be sit down on the couch with your partner or your spouse and have a very serious conversation. It can be as simple as texting one of your girlfriends, checking in with them because they're going to check in with you. And you can say, I've been feeling so burned out lately. And I'm sure that they can talk through it with you. They might be able to resonate with you. You could feel a whole lot better just knowing that you're not alone in something, which you're never alone in feeling burned out or unmotivated for something. That can really be helpful. If you don't feel like really doing that, yeah, you can talk to your partner. You should be able to talk to your partner about these things. You can go to therapy. There's lots of different resources to help you get these types of things out and to communicate it. But asking for help or just voicing how you're feeling is such a powerful thing that a lot of people don't take advantage of because they feel shame, they feel guilt, they feel like they don't want to burden somebody. But I'm telling you, getting these things off your chest is so important. And it doesn't feel like that in the moment because sometimes I know it feels like it's going to fade and you're going to feel like, okay, I can just keep this to myself. And I know it's just going to go away. There's no point in talking about it out loud when I know that this is only going to last me a couple of days, or I'm just in a little funk right now, but it's going to go away eventually. Yes. Okay, I get that. But at what point are you going to actually tell somebody that you're feeling this way? So that way they can meet you where you're at. They can support you. They can help you feel better. They can just remind you that you're not alone, or they can just help take a little bit of that weight off of you. That could be really, really helpful in these types of moments. And sometimes it's something that I have to do. I find myself texting my best friend, or I'll tell my husband how I'm feeling about something. Just the other day, I told him, I know that the house is messy. I know that I need to go grocery shopping. I know that I have been slacking on my side, but I'm telling you, I'm just so unmotivated. I'm burnt out. I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm having a really hard time. He was like, oh my gosh, please don't apologize. I totally get it. I've been feeling kind of like that too. It's okay. And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God he's not breathing down my neck telling me, Sam, you got to get it together. It just made me feel so much better knowing that I could tell him this type of thing, because I do feel guilty when I am unable to carry my weight in the house. It's nice to have somebody just remind me, like, it's okay. It's really nice. So when you are feeling lack of motivation, when you're feeling like things just aren't going your way, you don't want to do anything, I hope some of this is helpful. It's hard when you just don't feel like doing shit. And you know what? If you just find that you really need a day to be lazy, you just need to take a break, you should. I find that especially with women, we feel really guilty taking breaks. We feel guilty to say, I need a little bit of alone time, me time away from my family, time away from my kids, time to just be by myself. And you shouldn't have to feel bad about that. And if you need time, you should take it. But if you're at this point where you're like, man, I need to get it together, but I don't really know how, I hope that some of the things that I mentioned today is helpful to you. Because I think we all get like that. And there are times where, at least in my life, I feel like I go through this phase for maybe 2 or 3 days, but then I bounce right back up. But then other times it's like 2 weeks. And I'm like, man, how am I going to get out of this rut? And this is usually what I default to. And it helps me tremendously in getting back on my feet, getting motivated again, and getting ready to just kind of go back into things. So get out there, get motivated, and know that you're not alone. And if you need a break, go ahead and take it. All right, guys, I definitely need some more cold brew. It's time for a refill. I'm sure that you're feeling that way too. So go get yourself a refill, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe to us, rate us, and engage with us. I want to hear what you think, so please feel free to leave a comment on our Spotify, our YouTube, or our social channels. I would love to hear your feedback and hear what you have to say, and tell me the type of topics that you would really like to hear about. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.